A beautiful Tuesday to you out there. It is the day the Lord God has made, and we appreciate you for joining us this morning on Tuesday's Daybreak, reaching you from the Broadcasting Service, Adowa, Benin City, Edo State. I'm Josephine Ehimihe. I have my co-anchor with me.
Jojo, good morning.
Good morning.
It's really a very beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we are glad over here seeing you there this morning, that you are healthy.
Are you really seeing them?
Yes. I'm seeing them.
Are you using the inner eye?
Yes, I'm seeing them. So good morning. My name is Peggy Oyukwari. You're welcome to Daybreak Tuesday edition.
Okay. This morning we have our usuals. We have the family segment, we have the religious segment, we have the political segment. All this segment put together to keep you entertained as well as educated and enlightened.
Yes.
All right, we'll see what the papers are saying this morning before we go on to the family segment. On the Vanguard news this morning, okay, Oshibanjo comments restructuring of Nigerian stock exchange. Police parade 2 herdsmen in Ibadan over killing of youth leader. Oil and gas, federal government plans divestment policy to guide operators. COVID-19, federal government raises alarm as Delta variant spreads to 5 states, FCT inclusive. If you check the papers, the media right now is Delta variant. We all have to be careful of this deadly disease. APC crisis, Oshibanjo governors orders seek safe landing options. Drug abuse, Southwest accounts for 22.4% of prevalence in Nigeria. This is attributed to Marawa, the NDLEC chairman. NDDC board, Lori Ogbebo sues Buhari, Lawan, Malami, Akpabio, others. Strike. Federal government, ASU meets in Abuja. Sunday Igboho not seeking asylum in Germany. The lawyer saying it. Insecurity hard to tackle crisis. APC, PDP have ruined Nigeria. Don't vote them again. Okay, the former INEC chairman Jega is saying this. COVID-19 third wave, Lagos records 42 deaths in 1 week. The governor of Lagos is saying this. Sanwo-Olu. Don't mortgage your goodwill for professionalism. IGP admonishes police officers. Save the Children helps on exclusive breastfeeding for kids. The armed forces and the Buhari administration. All right, for more details, you get the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, let's see as we continue. We will come up with order of the papers to let you know what is going on. But this morning we'll be looking at a very important topic. On this segment, we'll be looking at, on the family segment, we'll be talking about marriages, couples, relationship. But this morning we'll be looking at the singles. It's a long time, and I hope we are doing well. Being a single, and it is a phase, and you need to enjoy the best of it while you're at it right now.
While you're single.
While you're single. So I'll tell you that, as if their life is stuck. I'm just waiting to get married. If you are a very enterprising single, happy single, hardworking single,
yes.
When you get married, you'll be very hardworking married woman, hardworking married man.
But if you are the lazy one, when you still get married, you still be the lazy one.
All right, our singles are there. This morning we'll be looking at before I say I do. Before you take the next step, before you take the relationship to the next step, what are the things for you to look at? We have a lot of fake things going on right now, even fake people. How do you try to be careful not to enter into the wrong hand? For the guys, for the girls, what are the things for you to watch out? So we have our professional in the house. She's a marriage counselor. She's been talking to us. She's one of our favorite guests on this program. She has been married for some years, and she'll be telling us this morning, before you say I do, what are the things to look at for? Pastor Richard Spain is with us this morning. Good morning, madam.
Thank you. Good morning and good morning, viewers.
Okay.
I'm happy I'm here.
All right, the singles are they want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Before you say I do, taking the relationship to the next level, what should you look at for? What are the things for you to like? Wow, this is the I'll go ahead with this. This is the no. So what should you look at for?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a no, yes. Yes. Let me first of all say that courtship is very important. Some people don't play on it. They tell you, well, I've been waiting. Now that I found somebody, I beg, let me just go. You have to court. What is courtship, by the way? It's getting to know the person you want to marry. It's getting to make some findings. I like a doctor I featured with recently. He is a doctor, and then the doctor that got married is a chartered accountant. I was amazed when he said when the girl was to get married, the guy is in Kano, based in Kano. He went all the way to make findings about the guy.
Wow. The father.
Yes, the father of the girl. Went, make findings about him, went to his page online, Google, and then make findings. I was really impressed, and I was like, you mean you are a professional and you are an enlightened person? You see when
busy.
Yeah. He said, no, I had to. So I want to say this for many people who in our time, like, no, that's an archaic thing. How should why should I bring my parents or anybody, into the relationship to go make finding for me? I'm grown up. You see, when it has to do with love, you are never grown up. Because love has scales. Love covers. Love blindfolds. Yes. I think that's the right word that I want to use. When you are in love, you don't see well again.
Yes, it's true.
And that's why I am of this take. You singles, if you are taking step to and I was always talking, I said fall in love, and somebody told me, no, you don't fall in love, you rise in love. So you can see, because when you fall, you won't see well.
Okay, Pastor Richard Ben, I have to pause you here because we are going for the news.
Okay.
After the news, we'll continue with this conversation. Please don't go away. Thank you for staying connected. I promised you earlier that as the program continues, we're going to look at what the Punch is saying this morning. All right, let's see briefly what the Punch paper is saying. Rising COVID-19 cases. NESG LCCI fear fresh lockdown. Federal government plans tough action against third wave. That's not the good news. We just need to stick to the measures that can control this disease so that we don't want to experience another lockdown. That's not a good experience at all. And one interesting story, soldier stabs Ibadan tailor for alleged disrespect. That's okay. Yaba Tech student celebrating final exams engages in fight, dies. Oyo 60-year-old man lands in prison for alleged rape of girl 14. All right, that's much we can take on the paper review. Let's go to what we were discussing earlier. Before I say I do, what should I look at for? And Pastor Rich Rosbain is still very much with us. Once again, thank you, madam.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Okay, all right. Let's continue from there. Before you're talking about courtship, that you have to look for yourself, you have to go, you do some investigation. Can you take it from there?
Yeah, I was saying that, and I'm still there because you see, love is like somebody said, love is a dangerous game. It's really a dangerous game. When you are in love, you don't see anything again. You don't hear anything again. It's just that love. It's just the person and all of that. But I'm of the take that when you are falling in love, like they popularly they always say, but like somebody told me recently, you don't fall in love, you rise in love. When you are falling or rising in love or walking in love, get somebody by your side. It could be your pastor, it could be somebody, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could somebody who is a confidant, somebody who has your goodwill at heart. Get that person and let that person go with you. But funnily and unfortunately, many don't do it. Many will tell you, I'm grown up, I know what I do, I know what I want, and are you the one that will tell me what I want and all of that? And that's why, look at our society. The rates at which you hear of divorces here and there is alarming. So one thing you must do, get somebody by your side quickly because of time. Number two, there's another thing younger ones downplay on, and that's the place of prayer. I've seen prayer do wonders in the life of people who want to settle down. Because listen, you don't know the heart of men. You don't know the heart of women. But when you call on God to help you, He always does help. He will help you. I've seen people come to me, we're in a relationship, we want to analyze, okay, let's just put it in the hand of God. If this person is of God, let's say, and you just see, within a tickle of Allah, the person will run back and say, I didn't know that this person was like this person, because listen, we're in a time where many are hiding under different things to do whatever they want to do. They tell lies, they tell you, my family background is this, I'm from blah, 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 blah. But when you put it in the hand of God in prayer, which unfortunately many don't believe in, many don't even, in fact, they tell you, some will even tell you, listen, if I bring God into this matter, I know God. He will tell me not to. Yeah, they don't trust God. They tell you, I know God. Forgetting that God is your creator. He knows what suits you. He knows what you can take. Like many will come and say, oh, married counselor, I wish we are the one married to you. I always tell them, if you marry me, you'll not be able to manage me.
Yes.
Oh yes, because there's somebody that can manage you.
Yes.
Nobody is perfect. No woman, no man is perfect. But there's somebody, when he or she come into your life, your goodness, there's something that is capped in the inside of every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. There's somebody that will come into your life that will uncap this thing. And this thing will come out. So, younger ones that are falling in love or rising in love, I want to please beg you two things. Even if it's just two things you're able to remember, get somebody that is your confidant that you can talk to. When you are seeing some things you don't to talk to this person will advise you. It could be a counselor. Number two, don't downplay on the place of prayer. And for getting somebody by your side, I've seen younger ones who fall in love also, and their parents are trying to, that's the third one, their parents are trying to, let's go make a research of this person, about this person. No, that's an old school thing. Go and make research. I'm a grown up, I know what to do. Allow your parents, people who love you, allow them ask questions about this person. There's somebody told me that when you are from a royal family, from a certain part of Nigeria, a royal family, somebody, especially the heir apparent, he can't marry a girl whose mother and father are not together. It's a rule, it's a law in that kingdom. So they go make research. They don't downplay on it. Somebody from the kingdom want to marry, they make research. Is your father and mother, are they together? And all of that. Well, that's another side of it.
Okay.
So but let me just
can you talk on this? We say one of the aspects of if you want to say I do by giving 50-50. You understand? Some say 50-50 by giving all when you get the marriage. So what can you say about that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I hope I understand.
Yes. What I'm saying is this, you must put this in your mind that when you get married, you must give all.
Okay.
All.
And not have to withhold something.
Not 50-50.
Okay.
Some will say 50-50, but giving all when you get there.
It's very, in fact, any marriage that will succeed, if you don't pour yourself into that marital union, whether as a man or as a woman, that marriage will not succeed. I've seen so many who are married, but they still keep secrets. But let me quickly say this also as a way of digression. If you are married to a man or a woman and you want this person to be totally transparent to you, you must make yourself trustworthy. That's what I call it, because if you're my husband and I came some time ago, I told you, look at what happened, and you are not there to, like I always say everywhere, the reason why I'm doing everything I'm doing is because I have a husband who listens.
Yes.
There's nothing I can't tell him. And sometimes when I'm like, I'm getting scared, I don't know what, he tell me, come. He pray. This morning before I left the house, pray for me. He prayed for me this morning if I left the house. I tell him some stuff and he tell me, come, there's nothing I can't tell him. But you know why? Because when I tell him anything, he does not tag me with it. He does not insult me with it. He does not go narrating me. He keeps my secret. That is what it means. If you want in your marriage, you want the other person to be transparent, you want the other person to, be totally open. And then when that is in place, pouring yourself into that marital union becomes very easy. On the aspect of finance, quickly, I normally say, my money is not my money, it's our money. My money is not my money, it's our money. And I want to quickly say this, kudos to men that will say, I am the man of the house. And even in financial issue, I'm going to be the man of the house. Even if my wife is a millionaire, but I must also stand in that place of manhood and insist that I put something tangible on the table. You see, when a woman discovers that you are always monitoring her purse, there are even men that steal from their wives. The woman will keep something, before you know, you are become a monitoring spirit. You monitor, and or women, okay, this other aspect, the woman will tell you, I've borrowed my husband, I've lost count of how much I've borrowed him. It's allowed. The two of you are one.
It's your money.
But what I'm saying is for men who will say, well, thank God my wife is a hard-working woman. Even if I don't do anything, my wife is there to help me to bail out you are selling your birthright. Don't sell your birthright to your wife. Be a man. Even if you're not doing anything now, women, you can raise capital for your husband humbly. If you're raising capital for your husband, that does not mean you start throwing it on his face. If not for me, you had no level. When a woman begin to talk like that to the husband will tell you, even if you are worth millions, to hell with you and your money. So we must be humble all the way. We must pour ourselves into the union. We must be transparent. We must make ourselves trustworthy. And that's for the married, when you're already married. For those who are, yes. I just have to delve into that.
Before this thing will go out of me, there's this thing, singles, they'll just make up their mind that if I just get there, I don't want to take any shit. You understand? I don't want to anything. I will just say, please, just I don't want to go away from the marriage.
Yeah.
So I want you to say something about that, because some people will make up their mind that even though if they get there, whatever any little thing, they will pack out.
Well, if you're not ready to take shit, don't go into marriage. If you're not ready to take shit, if you're not ready to take nonsense, whether as a man or as a woman, then don't delve into marriage. I see some men that will like, listen, I'm busy, I don't need to talk now. Don't go into marriage though. Because the woman, we women, we are wired to talk. So your wife will talk, we will talk you, she will talk you and talk you out. So you must be ready, you must be receptive to your wife. You must be ready, just allow her so that she can be free in that marital union. And therefore some persons that will like, well, my room is still vacant in my father's house. So if you do anything I don't like, I go back to my father, I go take my room. Listen, parents, don't leave any room for your daughter in that house once she go into marriage, to help her to pour herself in. And I know that when you are determined about that marriage will work out.
All right. Talking about this being prayerful before you get into marriage. Traditionally, some persons, before they even get into marriage, they will like go out to seek for those native doctors to say, is this the right person? So I want to add to what you said, that the place of prayer is very important in a relationship. But before I will let you go, talking about raising capital for the guy, for instance, maybe the guy is not financially buoyant. Is it before, can you raise money for a guy that you're not married to? Maybe you're planning to get married. Can you raise money for him? Okay, I want to put him on a good scale before we get married. Is it okay?
I love this question. And if we're rounding up with it, I think it's on a very powerful and good note. Listen, it's very okay. You can raise money, capital, for the person you would be, the person you want to marry. Please, you can. But let me say this. When you're raising capital for the person you want to get married to, don't see it as an investment. Many have died like that. I invested money on this guy, and at the end he jilted me, I'm going to die. So listen, if you're getting a capital for either your wife to be or your husband to be, so that the marriage will be beautiful, have this mindset, for God so loved the world that he gave. If it works out, glory be to God. If it didn't work out,
No
glory be to
problem.
God. I'm just telling you ahead of time so you don't die because of courtship and all of that.
All right.
Even schools train their spouse.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we can take on this segment on what, before you say I do, things to look at for. I believe we'll continue on that next week.
Okay.
Stay with us. Daybreak continues after this moment, please.